The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Money Masters. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044. Now, Tom O'Brien and Tommy O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. We appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here. Right now, we have the Dow Industrials down 30. NASDAQ is off 15. S&Ps are down 4.5. Gold's trading up $2.90, $13.50. We have silver down 4 cents, $19.80. You got platinum up $8. Copper's up a penny. Light sweet crude's up 18 cents. Notes down 6 ticks. Bonds down 10 ticks. King dollar down 800 ticks. We had volatility this morning, Tom.
New highs again yesterday, right?
New highs again yesterday. This morning, if you were up early, folks, what you had is this, is that you had the yen was under 100, and all night long, they're pushing the yen, getting stronger, that is, right? Going down, testing the Brexit day, which was, that was 99.02. Now, when that was happening, you had the gold market going to the moon. The correlation is just the opposite. And then they both turned on a heartbeat, man. It was pretty intense.
Yeah.
You had gold. Gold was up at 1364. And, bottom line, if you take a look at this, it was coming into the August 12th level, and it was doing it with a lot lighter volume. And then they spiked it, man. And what happens, folks, is that, when I saw that spike, I says, oh, man, that is, not all the time, but that's when operators are looking for more orders above the highs before they sell it.
Sure.
It's like, okay, are there any more buy orders up there? Well, guess what? There wasn't. And they just took it south, and they took it south very quickly. So what I expect you're going to see out here, you're going to see a very large amount of volatility, not only just, all day. And we'll find out whether we get an expansion of volume, on this pullback. What we did have, if you're in the metals market, I'll show you a trade that's pretty sick. So, and I've been watching this for so long because Soros is one of the biggest movers in the marketplace, George Soros, right?
Okay.
He's the guy that, him and his partner, busted the Bank of England. That's how they made their billions, right? So, Barrick Gold, right? He had bought Barrick Gold. He had bought 14 million shares, and we know from being in the market it was quite a run. Okay,
sure.
So Barrick Gold, folks, since January, if you take a look at January, it's trading at $7.29. It goes all the way up to June and July, and it goes up to $23. So you can imagine having that many shares. And I was looking at that. I says, you know what, man, this guy. I'm used to not how he trades, but because I watched him so closely from 2001, 2002, him and his son was in the gold market then, and there was hardly anyone in the gold market, them in Fidelity, and they're traders, basically, right? Well, bottom line, guess what? Watch this. This comes out yesterday. He sold the shares. And this is going to affect Barrick, folks, as this starts going through the, because they pumped it up that Soros is in it, and there it is right there. 18 million shares gone as of the 30th,
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool in the aspect, when these 13Fs come out, they're still 45 days old. What you can get out of them, though, when you can follow some of these people, it's like, okay, man,
That's why we're facing some resistance, I'm sure, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. People are taking profits. Yeah.
Exactly. Now, another big one in here, folks, is this. This is a big one. Renaissance Technologies. Okay. So Renaissance Technologies is the most profitable fund, I know, in the United States, might be in the world, on a consistent basis. And I went through all the gold stocks last night, and they're moving every one of them out.
Okay.
So, same type of deal. It doesn't mean that they didn't come right back in, but, the reality is once they stop moving them up, well, they're all large movers, so it's not like you can get out in a second. They can get out quicker than people think, though.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
You know,
yes.
You start doing a lot of shares, you can get out pretty quick.
Yeah. Especially if it's in one of the larger. I mean, I think Barrick was like a $26 billion company.
Exactly.
You know, that's...
Exactly. And when you pull it up, here, watch, and you pull it up, it does plenty of shares every day. You know, it's doing, look at 23 million, 12 million, 19 million. I mean, there's plenty of shares there that it's doing. So what I expect you're going to see here, now what's going to get intriguing is that does it go after, you know, it's going to go after this 2107. The real key is, will it do 23 million? You know, at this point, it doesn't look like it wants to do 23 million.
No.
It's going to be a heads up, and it hasn't thus far been blaring across the headlines yet. You know, and sometimes it takes a couple of days.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So the doll. Look at this move in the doll, man. This is crazy. I mean that. So let's see. That's midnight. That's 2 o'clock in the morning, right there. It's 95. It goes all the way down, hits a low at 8:30 this morning. And then I guess what happened, the thing that's so weird, you know, about markets in general, I think, is that when I saw that spike, I'm saying to myself, man, I knew when I saw the yen, I said, uh-oh, gold. I was surprised gold was only up $13. I thought it could have been up like 50, okay?
Sure.
And then all of a sudden, Dudley came out and was talking on Fox News.
Yes.
And he says, don't be surprised if we don't go up on the rates in September.
Yeah, and that's what did it. Right?
That's what did it.
Sure.
You stay right there, folks. We'll come right back. Dow Industrials right now down 27. Nasdaq's down 15. S&Ps are up 4.5.
Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date, active trading information that will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters.
Platinum, grains, crude oil, gold, copper, cattle, hogs, gasoline, natural gas, coffee, cotton, cocoa, and sugar. These are just some of the commodities mentioned in the most recent issue of Andy Hecht's Technomental Commodity Report. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Technomental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you will lock in the low rate of only $79 a month. Sign up right now for the Technomental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
You know what's cool? Taking something that's good for you. Something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated fulvic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They have been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living a Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com. We take your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. Dow Industrials right now down 31. You get the Nasdaq off 17. S&Ps are down 5.5, and I think it's I don't know if this is. Let's see, Haynes Celestial. This is the maker. Is this the maker of natural organic beverages, snack food?
Organic, kosher, frozen.
Was that the drink company?
The drink company? I don't know.
Okay, so
It seems like they have organic beverage, snack, specialty food.
yeah, they're getting killed. That's the bottom line.
Yeah.
The thing's down 33%, and I believe what they're saying. Let's see, they're delaying their results over accounting concerns. Haynes Celestial was evaluating whether revenue tied to concessions granted to certain U.S. distributors were accounted for in the correct period. They're evaluating control for financial reporting.
It's really awesome. The one down there related August 12th that they jumped to 11-month high on heavy volume.
Oh, right,
In light of, obviously,
right.
things coming to light.
14. So the analyst said 14 buys, 8 holds, 1 sell. Short interest was 7%. Pretty intense, man.
So what was the stock you sent me last night? Nero?
Oh, yeah.
So what's going on with them? I took a peek.
Do you remember the symbol?
I think it's Nero, N-E-R-O.
And watch this, folks. Okay, I sent this to Tommy last night. Yeah, this is crazy.
So trading halted, and then go ahead, yeah.
Yeah. So this stock here, NERO. I just saw this come up when I was working last night. It's like, okay, so they halted the stock. It is a $35 billion market cap, and it has no revenue.
Can you pull up their revenue?
Yeah.
Even are there any projections? I'm just curious.
No. There's nothing. when I saw it come across the tape, I said, "You're going to be kidding me! Look at this, 0, 0, 0."
Yeah, go ahead.
And what has happened is that they haven't even. This is what's really kind of bizarre is that they haven't even filed. That's why the SEC halted their stock. Now here's the in 6 months it's gone from $13, to 56. And this is also an indication, the pump and dump deal. And you see these when markets get close to highs. But let's see what the SEC says. $35 billion, an SEC halt and suspicions of manipulation. So
it's an over-the-counter stock, OTC.
Yeah.
And it's $35 billion. I think that alone is on scant volume.
Isn't it? Look, there were red flags.
It's based in southwest Siberia before moving to a beach community near Tijuana, Mexico.
Oh, my God.
I mean, the market cap for that company, they're saying, is worth more than Tesla.
Yeah. Right. How an obscure search engine with no reported financials. Now, the thing that's bizarre to me is that we're in 2016. It's like, how does a company stay in our markets from 2013 to 2016?
You can just have probably quite a sales operation, right?
Yeah, but I mean, regulatory-wise, it took the SEC 3 years.
Yeah, but that's where over the counter it's probably a lot easier to run those types of. I think probably 3 years in the scheme of bureaucratic delays, right?
Yeah,
just delays enough.
Let's see. How an obscure search engine with no reported financials since 2013 was to be able to become a multi-billion-dollar company is all too familiar tale, and the murky, largely unregulated over-the-counter market filled with penny stocks that don't meet listing requirements of the New York Stock Exchange or the Nasdaq. It's been long a place ripe for exploration by fraudsters who manipulate shares of shell companies, make illegal profits through through pump and dump. Yeah, so I guess shell companies,
It says the agency has lacked the resources to police them. Same thing, right? You're just able to push things off for a few years. And I mean, the wild thing is, right, we see huge frauds in NYSE companies or something like that.
Right.
And the regulations there are just so stringent. So imagine what you can do when you have lax regulations. But that's amazing. Who is buying that company?
I know.
When it's worth $35 billion. I mean...
Yeah, let's just see.
Scan volume, as they say.
Yeah, they didn't even have volume. So it's like whoever bought it could...
Well, let's put it... So what about the other side then? Who is not selling, though?
I
understand no buying, then where are the people saying, like, give me my money back?
No, totally. And when you pull it up, see, when you pull this up...
There's no holder. Well, that's probably the OTC deal, though. There's probably different regulations, maybe, and that's where maybe they're just late. Maybe they're just like, oh, we're delayed, we'll get it to you. Oh, I don't know, it could be that simple sometimes.
No, that's what they said here. Look at this. See this right here? In January?
Filing is late to preserve...
Yeah, filing is late to preserve 17 million market cap or something.
Yeah, whatever it is, right?
So, let's see. A leading developer... Yeah, they made an excuse. That's the bottom line.
Right,
that's the
exactly.
bottom line. Pretty crazy, though. Buyer beware, folks. That's the bottom line.
That reminds me of what's Boiler Room? Is it the one with Ben Affleck?
That's it.
That's right. That's what reminds me of.
That's it.
An army of people just trying to find one sale at a time. You see those frauds that occur, and they always blow your mind. But unfortunately, people can be sold on just about anything, it seems like.
I agree.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it really
is. The thing that's amazing is that it happens over and over again.
Right, that's what I say. Yeah. And it always amazes everyone. But there's enough shows I think now that just go through the number of frauds that people realize. Man, it's amazing what people can really do. Greed.
I love that one. Yeah, I haven't watched it for a while, but I used to like. I think I know.
It's on all the time. Yeah. Occasionally you'll just catch it and catch a good few episodes. But even like 60 Minutes, CNBC. Just the internet now, where you just find out everything in these scams.
No doubt. So if we go over and we take a look at some of the other higher volume. Well, here, let's go with the NASDAQ first. NQs. So what the NQs did right off the bat, they did an ABC down. If you take a look at this morning, this leg down was pretty intense. But if we take it from yesterday, you had a small ABC down. So the high of yesterday was 48.35. You bring that down to 48.11. So what's that?
24
points. And the high was 48.24, which gives you
4,800.
4,800.
And went just below that.
Yeah, and the first leg down, got you into that 48.03, and we got to 47.96. So now what you're doing is that it looks to me, you get a chance of having another one, So we'll see if, in fact, you get the volume in it, because the last few weeks, every time we back down at all, back down to light volume, it says, okay, I don't want to get out, man.
It's quite a chart.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Look at that thing, man.
Straight mountain on the way up.
Right. If you're in your car, folks, and not watching Tiger TV, we're looking at a 6-month chart of the Qs, and in particular, what we're looking at is where Brexit was on the 27th. The low and the Qs was $101.75, and right now we're at $117.31.
15.85%, whatever it is.
Yeah. And what? A month and a half.
Right.
Stay right there, folks. Tommy and I are coming right back. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Dow Industrials right now are down 38. The Nasdaq's off 19. S&Ps are down 6.5. We're going to be right back. Today, it's hard to tell if the economy is coming or going. Regardless, I want my money going in the direction I choose. If that's your stance as well, then you want to know how EverBank can help keep your money thriving just the way you want. Is growing your money a priority? EverBank is committed to a yield pledge promise to pay high yields on your checking, money market, and CD balances. Looking to diversify? EverBank ingeniously developed accessible ways to spread your money around the world into foreign currencies and even non-FDIC insured metals. And when it comes to your wealth, they bring a highly experienced and global perspective to help you manage it. EverBank's financial philosophy flies in the face of the status quo. They believe your money's performance should not be determined by today's economic circumstances, but by the drive to rise above them and create opportunities that favor your objectives. If that excites you like it does me, visit everbank.com/TFNN to find out what they can do for you. Again, that's everbank.com/TFNN. Visit them today.
EverBank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock and option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.
TFNN is excited to offer a brand new piece of market scanning software unlike anything the industry has ever seen. John Logan and his team have spent years developing their market profile tools to finally be able to release the TAS Profile Scanner Plus. And right now you can get a 2-week trial absolutely free just by visiting TFNN.com and providing us your name and email address. The TAS Profile Scanner Plus is the premier market profile-based scanner in the industry. Powered by the acclaimed TAS proprietary algorithms, this feature-rich scanner is a standalone desktop software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Within 3 minutes of signing up, you can have the software downloaded and running on your computer with a complete roadmap of market indicators and inflection points to trade off using the TAS Profile Scanner Plus. Sign up today and try this amazing piece of software by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Thinkorswim. For more information, just click the Thinkorswim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. We have the Dow right now down 42, NASDAQ off 21, S&P's off 6.5. And if you haven't test drove the Nadex platform, folks, great time to do it. Go over to our website at TFNN. You can hit the banner on the top or the side, bring it up. You can see how these contracts trade. And when we're talking about defined risk, it gets pretty cool of how this defined risk is. You know, when you have high volatility inside the markets, bottom line is that, you know, you can put up a certain amount of money, and of course it doesn't mean you're going to be right, but you can't lose more than that amount of money, which is pretty neat.
I was just pulling up some of the dailies on the NASDAQ 100 to take a peek at some of the spreads and where we were.
Yes.
We're at 48.05 right now, which is nice in terms of you have some options. It's down a little bit from where the dailies were calibrated from, you could call it, but there's still options kind of all across the board with good risk reward. Even going to the negative side, you know, if you were going to go short, that's a nice where you're risking 150 to make almost 250. Those are the nice risk rewards, because the middle is going to be 4,800 square, and the market's at 48.05. So if you're selling it, you can sometimes get a nice risk reward to the upside. Now what you're paying there, right, is that you're paying the market's at 48.05.3, and you're only selling it right now at 48.037. So you're paying about 1.5 points in premium.
But that's nothing in
for that risk reward.
Right.
Because I think, you know, most people would agree that 47.80 to 48.20, both of the ends of that spectrum are a realistic expectation that the market could see either side of that. I mean, 48.20 it was just at this morning, and 47.80 is not far, 25 points from where we are right now, on a pretty volatile opening so far.
No, and I think the volatility is going to continue.
Yeah, right. I mean, it looks like it, right?
This is very early in the marketplace, and we haven't had volatility inside the market. And what has happened is that, you know, we had the first leg down, and then things were settling down. It was like they wanted to get calm again. You know what I mean? But
they didn't settle for long, right?
No, like meaning when they went back, when it went back up.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's like, we're going to settle down. Right. We're not going to get nervous here. Do you know what I mean?
And maybe we could. I mean, maybe, you know, if this makes it all the way back down to 4,800 or so, that could that could be some support right there for sure, right?
Yeah.
And maybe that's where it settles, that 15 points for the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about 50 points for the day?
That's what you can hope for.
My bear claws are out here.
You can hope for that.
My bear claws are out here. Well, you know why my bear claws are out so dramatically? It actually has to do with the gold market. Because the more that I see how we're trading here, the metals market looks like it's been wanting to go down for a while, right? But it's not going to go until the broad market goes. That's that's how it looks.
Okay.
And because the metals market gave it up so quick, I said, "Ooh, that was the beginning of the volatility." You know, so we'll see. But that's what it seems like. You know what I mean? It's like it seems like everything's going to go up or everything's going to go down.
Cool.
You know.
We'll see. Yeah.
Sam Zell this morning. So Sam Zell is a big real estate guy.
Okay.
In Chicago, in the United States too, but in Chicago. So he was on Bloomberg this morning. And they were talking interest rates because, of course, real estate, right? And he says, there's a whole generation right now that just figure that interest rates are going to be low forever. And I started laughing because
they might be.
And it's more than one generation.
But, I mean, that's a realistic expectation.
It is a realistic expectation.
And it's because, guess what? We expect it, so it's going to be really tough for it not to be that way.
Right. Until it breaks.
Right.
Yeah, no, there's no doubt about that because people aren't taking money out even when it's inexpensive.
Can you imagine the car market if all auto loans had to be at 12 to 15% or something?
I can't even imagine.
Yeah, that would be a shock.
I can't even imagine. Yeah, 12%.
I mean, it would just eat up company profits, whatever it is. They almost couldn't offer that to the market to sell it right now. So
and that means they couldn't sell anything.
Right. So they'd have to eat those profits, right? Or whatever you have to do, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Get leaner and meaner as a company or something.
Well, he was talking about that, and he thought that was one of the problems that as the economy, but the production numbers come out after this conversation, and they were big this morning. But he was talking about that these companies have to get leaner and meaner, but what that does, that stops high production.
Sure.
That's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
Exactly. You have a choice.
Right.
You have a choice. You know what I mean? You're going to slap everything against the wall, really get something going, or are you going to tighten down? And if you tighten down, well, guess what? You won't have as many opportunities as a company.
Right. But you can see that, in instances like maybe oil companies, right? For the people that were able to tighten down and realize that life wasn't going to always be as good as it was at $100 barrel.
Right.
Those are the ones who are really crushing it right now. And maybe they have capital, they have cash, and they can go buy things. Same way for the companies that realize maybe you should be positioned for when rates could go up.
Right. Well, listen to this.
And I bet a lot of companies aren't, because the other side, just before the other side of that is the problem is that you can't be as profitable like you're talking about right now. So you risk falling behind right now, right? If rates just stay low forever,
right?
And then companies are pushing the limits of accessing that free money,
right?
Banking on it staying free. So that's the balance.
It is.
Yeah.
And then you have the aspect that if you go out and get as much money as you can get, and you put it to work on cash flow businesses, and then rates do go up, you're gonna make a fortune.
Right.
Yeah. Not on non-cash flow business, but on cash flow businesses. Because if you all of a sudden like, why didn't I go out and get that?
Sure.
Why? You know what I mean?
Sure.
All of a sudden, the structure goes up, and all of a
Right.
sudden you're kicking off big cash on a continual basis. You know.
Yes.
So there's going to be a lot of dynamics that continue in this bond market, man.
Yeah.
So let's go look at the bonds, because these things, they've been tricky, man. And when Dudley came out today and said September's on the table again.
Yeah, I heard that the percentage numbers went from something like 42% to 52%.
They did, huh?
Yeah.
IRP.
There's that, maybe the December one is probably what they were talking about. The December was at 42%.
Now it's at 50, yep. And what's amazing is that, the bottom line is that, TY, that, some of these numbers coming in, man, another quarter percentage point's not going to kill the market, man.
No, it's not.
It's
not. The real fear is that it would be a point or something like that.
Right. So you have the 10-year right now, folks, going after these swing lows with volume. So, this 10-year is looking to me like you might get an ABC down, that would be the first ABC down I've seen in the bond market in, oh my God, I can't even remember. Really? And all you need 1.2 million contracts, and we're going to do it today. I don't think it's going to make the B point. The B point is 131.11. 131.19. Oh, we can make that. That's only 12. That's 11 ticks away. Because it's going to have the volume, and if you get an ABC down, your A point is 134.07 and 131.19, 134.07. So it's 32 ticks and a point. 134, I said, right?
Yeah.
So you got
like 218, something like that off of it.
Okay, so that would get you approximately 131.04 would be 2 points.
Yeah, so 132.
Yeah. You know what it sets up. Well, Tommy and I will be right back. We'll have this done. That's going to get you right back to where breakfast started.
Sure.
This is Tom O'Brien. This is TFNN. You stay right there, folks. We're coming right back. Dow Industrials right now are down 38. You get the Nasdaq off 19. S&Ps are down 5.5. We're going to be right back.
Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to The Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. We have the Dow down 38, Nasdaq's down 19, S&Ps are up 5.5, and let's go over and take a look at that gasoline market for Mitzi, who happens to be Carlos' daughter. Carlos got his whole...
hanging out in the den.
I love it.
Totally.
A tigress. I love it. Okay, so let's take a look at gasoline. This is unleaded gas, folks. Let me grab that. It keeps moving around. Okay, so you're trading out at 133.39 for unleaded. You know, my take on this is that, you know, if you're long, I'd take your money. You know, it's coming up right up to ICE, as is the oil contract. You can see that, you know, contraction every day. Last Thursday we did 50,000 contracts. We got to a price point of 130.72. Yesterday you did 40,000 contracts. We're at 20. We got to 133.80. We got to 135.10 this morning, and the volume is contracting. So, and if you sell it, you can put your stop on the other side of 136.79. So, if we go back over to that bond market again, that bond market, folks, if it does break, that ABC down, it looks like it's gonna break. It's gonna have the volume. It would be an ABC down with a price projection of 130.16 on the 10-year, and the low of Brexit was 130.21. Yeah, so it'd be under that.
5 pennies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks like it wants to go for it, man. So that's the thing that's going to be intriguing there. That's almost like the market's believing that, hey, guess what? You know, maybe Dudley just decided, I'm going to go out there and tell them that, hey, we just might go up in September. You know?
Yeah. It's tough to tell what's rhetoric and what's reality until it comes. So
totally.
It is.
And, well, the election's in November, so it'd be hard for them to go up 3 days before the election, right? The election's either the 5th or the 7th, right? And the Fed meeting's the 2nd. It's like, okay, you really going to do that? And then afterwards is December. I could see them going to December, too. All of those went up pretty dramatically.
That's probably a big reason why the odds double, right?
Yeah.
From November to December.
Yeah.
And you're probably right that as much as they would probably never admit it, as in how can we raise rates before an election?
Right.
They're rational human beings probably.
Right.
and, and you gotta know what you do to the market. And part of their job is not upsetting the market. Everything should be expected. Everything they want to bring about stability. That's really what the Fed's supposed to be about, at least. So, in that spirit, yeah, I agree.
Good luck in trying to raise rates.
But hey,
with
guess
stability.
what? You never know. That's the market. You know, you really don't. In terms of, guess what? They're reasonable individuals, and they're also not really supposed to allow that to come into their frame of view. And maybe you get Dudley, you know, is a Fed guy through and through, and won't let that come into play.
You gotta love it,
right?
Yeah. So listen, if you come over to TFNN, folks, we got our man, Mr. Basil Chapman. He's growling and prowling tonight, right?
He is. Tuesday night, August 16th, we are here. He's doing a webinar, New Highs to Come, for his opening call newsletter. And you can sign up for his newsletter. You can sign up for a free trial. You get access to his newsletter, and you get access to the event tonight. You get 30 days. It's archived if you can't attend. And
90 minutes.
90 minutes, 6 till 7:30. He'll be in there live taking questions as well at the end, I believe. And he'll go through kind of what he's seeing in the market. And we talked a little bit about it yesterday. He did the show with me yesterday, which was nice.
Right.
So he was talking about just the China wave sequences.
I was watching it on my cell phone.
That was pretty sweet, I know. Gotta love it. Sitting, waiting and accessing live video on your phone. So yeah, it should be a good workshop, and really he went over how he's looking at whether it's daily, weekly, monthly charts, kind of the peaks lining up, and where that could take us, and what could happen as it takes us there.
You know, it's amazing that I think you remember this too, even when you were running the station up in New Hampshire. Basil was so far ahead of the curve with this Japanization of rates.
Yes.
It's like crazy.
Yes, for sure.
Like, he was talking about this like.
Yeah. And just how rates are falling.
It seemed like 10 years ago.
Japan was just chasing down the zero to negative rate environment.
Right.
And how bonds across the world were basically meeting a similar fate.
Crazy, man.
And it's been a persistent theme for how long now, right?
Yeah. And it landed everywhere.
Right.
It landed, this didn't land, folks, anywhere outside of Japan until like almost 3.5 years ago, 4 years ago.
Okay.
And then when it landed, man, it landed in a big way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
It landed in Europe. I mean, we thought rates were low.
Did it start in 2008, really?
Well, we thought rates were low then, right? But rates, the 10-year then was still like 4.5.
Yeah,
but that was low from where it came, but not like where we are now.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
It's like, wow.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Yeah, pretty intense, man. And hey, we're hooked on low rates.
Let's take a look at oil if we could. Just because we were looking at gas.
So if we take a look at the oil market, this also is coming right up to ICE. And, thus far, this hasn't been...
Pretty similar to the gas chart,
It is.
Right?
And so what happens with ICE, folks, is this.
Do you have volume on this one, too? Or
I do. And ICE is a Wyckoff term, Richard Wyckoff. So it's...
Visual area support and resistance?
It is. Yeah. It is. And it's where they broke down from, too. See, It's like we came off the high, but see the next breakdown? The next breakdown, what happens, folks, is that we're at a high here. Let me put this up here first so I can show you. So what happens is that you had the high in oil of 52.73, which is in June, right?
Okay.
And it goes sideways, but the way he always looked at it is that, you'll build some, and then where's the next breakdown? That's ICE to him. And then what ends up happening, he says that normal bounce brings you up to ICE. And what you're looking for there is are you going into that area, and that supply line, of course, and you're going into it with dramatically lighter volume, and it's a contracting. And that's what this has been doing. And it's a heck of a bounce. We just went from $40 to $46.21. And we did that in
15% increase.
And you're going right into the supply line that actually has been laid out here since April 22nd.
Yes.
Now
you can see that, definitely.
Yeah. And, thus far, today, this would be a failure on price and volume because we got over the highs of yesterday. You're underneath them. Now, I'd have to put up a continuous contract, but I can put the up USO because when I put the USO, sorry, folks, excuse me. What you'll see is that as we came down on the 17th and on the 16th of June, as well as the 27th of June, and then July, when I bring up the USO, you're going to see monster volume, I bet, and that's what you're going into. So if I bring up the USO, I'm going to bring up the ETF structure for it so you can see the correlation, and the correlation would be right there. So you're talking 31 million shares, 34 million, 25 million, and 36 million. So yesterday we did 33 million. That's not that bad actually. Meaning you're doing some volume coming into it.
Definitely.
Now it's lighter, but I'd really like to see lighter by about 20%. That's lighter by 10% right now. If we look at the volume characteristic overall in the marketplace, because today's going to be a monster day, folks, because the lower price I think they're going to stay. The kicker is, will we get volume? Because if we don't get volume, man, the NASDAQ got volume. We're at 455 in the NASDAQ. That's big volume. Stay right there. Tommy and I come right back, folks.
Are China A-shares hot or not? If you trade China A-shares, now may be time to take a closer look. Trade CHAU or CHAD, Direxion's daily CSI 300 China A-share bull and bear ETFs. China A-shares in either direction. Visit DirexionInvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direxion shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direxion shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direxion Shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Trader's Edge, heard daily at TFNN.com and author of Mastering Probability, a daily investment and trading newsletter service that I send out each morning by 8 a.m. My morning newsletter service covers exactly what the markets have been doing since last night's close, providing you with an edge on your trading day ahead. You get actionable trading ideas, including the exact entry, stop, and profit targets. Plus, I'll teach you the patterns and hidden market correlations that will make you a better trader. As a subscriber, you'll gain access to my 90-minute money management workshop, where I'll teach you the secrets that'll save your assets. The bottom line, I've got your back, including a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the type of analysis I provide each trading day by signing up for Mastering Probability today. With nothing to lose, this is an offer you should not pass on. Mastering Probability can be found under Trading Newsletters on the front page of TFNN.com.
It's 2016 and TFNN has a brand new programming lineup to kick things off. Starting January 4th, swim lessons by Thinkorswim and TD Ameritrade will be airing 5 days a week at noon Eastern Time. Join hosts Scott Connor, Kevin Hinks, and Cindy Faber as they host their daily options program live at noon 5 days a week with no commercials for the entire hour. Nico DeHaan and Paige Clark will be moving their program, Living a Primal Lifestyle, to twice a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays from 7 a.m. until 8 a.m. Eastern Time. Wake up with Nico and Paige and start your day off right. The Bull Bear Binary Option Hour by Nadex will now be live Mondays and Fridays at 10 a.m. Start and end the week with the three hosts, Tom O'Brien, Tommy O'Brien, and Daryl Martin, as they break down the world of trading binary options and spreads. For all the details on the new 2016 programming lineup, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Catch Basil Chapman as he uses his Chapman Wave methodology to call the markets. The Tiger Technicians Hour, next on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. And believe it or not, there's some bread out here.
There's some red out here. There is.
Yeah, we haven't seen red for a long time.
Yeah, I know. It's slight numbers, right?
It's light.
But
it's very light.
It is.
It's very light. There's no doubt. If we go over to when we were just ending that segment, folks, okay, the NASDAQ Composite has some volume. We're an hour and a half into it, and you've done 470 million. That's a big number.
Yes, it has a shot, for sure.
That has a shot for that expansion. Let's look at the Qs just for a second. So the Qs are at 3. It's not bad.
The way I think of it is like, does it have a shot, right? So, it's still to be determined, of course. It's like, it's like when a team has the lead in the first quarter, right?
Right.
Most of the time, it's just like, guess what? They have the lead, but this game's going to get decided by who plays best in the remaining 3 quarters. So just play best. As in the day, it's still up in the air. And that's kind of the way you look at it.
It is.
What's going to happen and will it be? There's got, what will happen over the remaining course.
Yeah, because with two different,
because sometimes it's not though, but sometimes it's just so low where you can tell automatically, right? And that's what I'm saying, where it's like, okay,
and today you can't.
It's in the realm, right?
You can't. Yeah. Because what does happen is that when you have high volatility, the market, the volume can go up because you have the bulls and the bears fighting.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And so that's going to put some volatility in. And then the biggest one though is that as you come into the close, if there's selling, that can intensify.
Yeah,
and then all of a sudden it's like, wow, you just, it can throw in 200 or 300 million shares in a heartbeat. Sure. You know what I mean? If you're running money and say, okay, man, sell me at 100,000 Qs.
Sure.
Which, that's how that thing does shake out. So
speaking of running, did you see the Olympics last night?
Oh, I did, man.
Did you see the woman dive across the line?
She dove across it.
I know. What a race.
And you know what I didn't realize? When I first saw it, I says, why wouldn't everyone dive? Because I thought it was the hands. It's the torso.
Yeah. I thought it was the head. Because, they're always leaning out. And I knew it wasn't the hands.
Right. It's the torso.
But what I was also thinking and saying is that, if that's really an advantage, then the evolution of the race is that everyone's going to be diving in the finals at least. I mean, why not? You hear people saying like, "Oh, that's cheating." If the race is to be the fastest human being to get your torso from one line to the next,
that's it.
If it's actually faster, I think you'll see everybody.
Oh, dive.
You will. That's why. So it's not
necessarily
faster too, because you're giving up that last stroke as you lean in. That last push off the last leg.
Right.
But what a finish! I mean, it was just that's where. I think, when you run in the outfield to catch a baseball or something, instinct just takes over and you just start leaning forward, ahead of yourself. And that's where she could see that woman catching her, I think the American on her left. You could see her. And so you just by instinct, your body's like knowing that your feet aren't going fast enough, right? And so you just start leaning, and before you know it, you're just falling over.
It was terrible looking at her
Quite
face.
A race. Yeah. Especially because that was for her 5th gold.
You knew it at the very end. She knew it.
Yeah.
That's what was amazing. And,
she
folks,
needed about 2 more feet, right? 2 more meters, maybe, and she would have caught her, maybe. That's all, it's just that last second she couldn't get her.
Pretty intense, no doubt, The thing that's so cool, though, is that watching the swimming, I really enjoyed the swimming. Then I realized that I'm really enjoying the running. I'm just really enjoying it.
It's all good. It is.
Which is
just
pretty
seeing
cool.
The speed, I mean, about swimming, everyone A lot of people swim.
Yeah.
Everyone runs.
Right.
You know, you can relate to like how fast they're going.
Right.
Usain Bolt, of course, what a race. I mean,
man.
3 times. It's pretty remarkable when
that was so cool.
3 Olympics, you can be dominant. That's over just such a span of time. 8 years, really 12 years. You're just the fastest person out there, and he's only 31 now. I don't know how
he's
it works.
He's only 31,
which is up there, I think, in the world of sprinting.
No, it makes sense.
But just to have such a command.
That's intense, man.
Yeah, and he ran 9.8. Which I think the world record's somewhere around 9.53. It was a little bit of a slow final.
You know what was really cool? That when they showed that, until tomorrow.
The Olympics are cool, right?
Yeah, totally, man.
We'll talk about it.
Listen, folks, you stay right there, man. Mr. Basil Chapman's coming up next. Then we'll go to Thinkorswim headquarters. Steve Rhodes, Dave White, myself, Andy Heck.
And then Basil tonight.
And then Basil. Beautiful thing. Thanks, pal.
Thanks, man.
Go get him, folks.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.
This is TFNN.